Elizabeth Warren, she had her time in the sun. She talked, she spoke. I got a clip of her to give you sort of a glimpse into what Elizabeth Warren brought to the table tonight. You don't want to miss this.
Today, the president announced plans to roll back energy-saving light bulbs, and he wants to reintroduce 4 different kinds, which I'm not going to burden you with, but one of them is the candle-shaped ones, and those are a favorite for a lot of people, by the way. But do you think that the government should be in the business of telling you what kind of light bulb you can have?
Oh, come on, give me a break. You know...
Is that a yes?
No, look, there are a lot of ways that we try to change our energy consumption and our pollution. And God bless all of those ways. Some of it is with light bulbs, some of it is on straws, some of it, dang, is on cheeseburgers, right? There are a lot of different pieces to this, and I get that people are trying to find the part that they can work on and what can they do, and I'm in favor of that, and I'm going to help, and I'm going to support. But understand, this is exactly what the fossil fuel industry hopes we're all talking about. That's what they want us to talk about. This is your problem. They want to be able to stir up a lot of controversy around your light bulbs, around your straws, and around your cheeseburgers. When 70% of the pollution, of the carbon that we're throwing into the air comes from 3 industries, and we can set our targets and say by 2028, 2030, and 2035, no more. Think about that right there. Now, the other 30%, we still got to work on. Oh, no, we don't stop at 70%. But the point is, that's where we need to focus. And why don't we focus there? It's corruption. It's these giant corporations that keep hiring the PR firms that does it. Everybody has fun with it, right? Gets it all out there. So we don't look at who's still making the big bucks of polluting our earth. And the time for that is past. We have a chance left in 2020 to turn this around, but we are running out of time on this one. So we've got to do this in 2020, and that means the first thing we've got to do is we've got to attack this corruption head on in Washington and say enough of having the oil industry, the fossil fuel industry write all our laws in this area. No more. No more.
You know, when you listen to Elizabeth Warren, well, I've listened to Elizabeth Warren a whole lot, guys. You know that. I do a pretty good Elizabeth Warren interpretation. Gee willikers, I'm aghast. You betcha. And then she does the voices windy. Oh, we must fight for it. Oh, my goodness. Gee willikers, golly gee. Golly gee, you betcha we're going to get a fight. And they're going to get a fight, and you darn it, by golly. Betcha malarkey biscuits. Buttermilk biscuits with Aunt Jemima syrup is delicious, and we're going to give one to every child out there because we can. That gets so old. And as I was watching this, I realized something. I got a very good BS detector, but I also am totally disappointed in anyone that buys Elizabeth Warren's BS. I mean, if you can't see through what she's doing, I don't know, man. Glasses may be in order. Elizabeth Warren is doing a one-woman show when she's up there. A town hall ain't time for her to go on a soliloquy speech to do the best Braveheart imitation / Sissy Spacek coal miner's daughter reenactment of Annie Oakley sprinkled in with a little bit of Deadwood. This is horrendous what she's doing. Like maybe she needs to team up with Whoopi Goldberg. I remember Whoopi Goldberg had a great one-woman show back in the 80s. Elizabeth Warren, grasping for straws with every shaky word. But she did say something I find very, very interesting. She called out the corruption. She called out the big money interests that sour and pollute our politics. The only problem with that is Elizabeth Warren has agreed that she will take dark money in the general election. So let me get this right. You're going to say, hey, the reason why we can't solve our problems, America, is because there's too much corruption in Washington. And the way you suggest to solve that corruption is for you to get through the primary by stealing all of Bernie Sanders' fire, taking all of his policies, not being actually as progressive in most of them, but taking them anyway, with a favorable media that massages your back, fool the public, and then go into the general against Donald Trump and take a bunch of dark money, which then ties your hand and makes you Obama 2.0. Well, Obama 2.0 with glasses and a dress. And to me, that's not good enough. Folks, you can't tell me that you know corruption. What is corruption? Corruption is big money interests on our politics. You can't tell me you know that's the problem and then say I'm going to be a part of the problem. But somehow, some way, I'll be different. Because I'm a fighter and I'm in this fight. And I'm in it from day one. I told my grandpa and my manpa that I was going to fight for it, that I was going to get in there and I was going to believe. And you just pull yourself up and you dust off your glasses and you tell the dog to get off your ankle and stop humping your leg, dog. Stop humping my leg. And you get out there and you believe in something. Yeah, you believe in a bunch of platitudes, and you believe that people are so thirsting for a woman president, a female president, that they'll take anybody, even a person whose backbone is the resemblance of a rubber band, the consistency of silly putty. Listen, I know people are pissed off. I'm pissed off, but I can't sugarcoat it for you. It's time for the rubber to meet the road on this Elizabeth Warren caricature. It's time for us to accept who she really is. Stop telling me we got two great progressives. We really have one great progressive in this race. His name is Bernie Sanders. Elizabeth Warren is a fabrication. She's a conglomeration, an abomination of all these pieces, from capitalist to Republican to Democrat to establishment Democrat who wants to sit at the cool kids table but was never really cool enough to sit at the table. I mean, just call it what it is. Why are we BSing around, ladies and gentlemen? Look, I'm not going to lie to you. You can lie to yourself. But if you want to sit there and pretend because it's good for viewership or it's good for your feelings to think that Elizabeth Warren gives you another ally, she doesn't. She will succumb. She'll give you a bone like Obama gave you a bone and then leave off the good parts.